안녕하세요. 주 로스앤젤레스 대한민국 총영사관 인턴 이서희입니다. 오랜만에 다시 총영사관저에서 인사드리네요. 오늘 이곳에서 Friends of Korea와 함께 한미우호의 밤 행사가 개최됩니다. 친한 단체인 Friends of Korea는 1966년부터 1981년까지 한국에 파견된 미 평화봉사단을 중심으로 발족된 단체인데요. 오늘날 대한민국이 이렇게 발전한 토대에는 전후 대한민국의 민주주의와 평화안보를 복구하고자 헌신하신 평화봉사단 여러분들의 노력이 있었습니다. 그래서 주 LA총영사관에서는 평화봉사단 분들에게 감사의 마음을 전하며 한미관계를 더욱 돈독하게 하는 시간을 마련했습니다. 고마운 분들과 함께하는 특별한 밤, 같이 확인해 보시죠.
From 1966 up until 1981 in Korea, you were friends in need. And now here in the United States, you are friends indeed by connecting our two peoples and building a solid basis for the friendship between our two nations. We Koreans cannot and will not forget the meaning of what your devotion and sacrifice left us for the development of Korea and the everlasting friendship.
안녕하십니까. 오늘 저녁에 모두 나와주셔서 정말 감사합니다. 기쁩니다. Mission is to foster cultural awareness and friendship between Americans and Koreans. And to that end, we have three areas of activity: education, philanthropy, and networking. It was Jung. I hope my pronunciation is correct. Affection for Korea. And I think that's why we're gathered here tonight. I was shaped and moved by the strength of the spirit of the Korean people who had endured so much, yet were resilient and determined to move forward.
Dear friends of Korea, I know such of you serves as an invaluable asset, bridging Korea and the United States. I encourage you to continue your efforts as one of the most prominent pro-Korea groups in America. Strengthen the bonds between our two nations, promote people-to-people exchanges, and spread awareness about Korea within the U.S.
50 years ago, young American Peace Corps volunteers decided to begin to understand and help, if they could, Korea, a foreign land that they have never been to. And they knew very little about. The experience changed their lives and opened their minds to a new people and culture that profoundly impressed them. Now, in the twilight of their lives, they have decided to finish off the other half of their journey that began so long ago by passing on their experience in a very evocative way to other Americans and to young Koreans for whom 50 years ago is just history.
There are 19 books on this table. But there are more books that Friends of Korea members have written about Korea. But what I want us to think about for a second is the fact that for all of these people, they were in their early 20s, not all of them, many of them were early 20s when they showed up in Korea, and they ended up spending 2, maybe 4 years in the country, and yet it became part of their heart, it became part of their soul, it became part of their identity, And that's why we have these books around the table.
And you give us an opportunity to meet with our former youth ambassadors because they're now lifetime members of Friends of Korea. And so Chelsea and I worked together 2 years during COVID, and she was a youth ambassador. And so she's studying at USC. So we periodically touch base, but not that frequently and not in person generally. So the Consul General, by hosting all of us here, gave us an opportunity to be able to sit and talk face to face. So we thank him.
I was a Peace Corps volunteer in 1971 to 1973.
Wow.
I was in Chollonamdo Hwasungun Bogonso, and we did Kyorakwali Saop in Chollonamdo, and there were 5 of us there at the time. Out of the 5 of us, 4 of us went into medical field. 2 of us became epidemiologists. And it was because of the supervisor, the Kyorakwali Lisa from the province, Dr. Kiel Pyonghwa. So that was my experience. I got a career out of the Peace Corps. I became an epidemiologist because of my Peace Corps experience. Yeah, it's just so good to see people again. The bridge students, it's always good to see. Talk with them and tell stories. Here's what Korea was like back in the day.